Okay. Hi everybody, it's MxRheyRhey. Welcome back to the channel on another Watercolor Wednesday. This is going to be video part, I was almost going to do reverse Shrek. This is part 2 of our gouache study. This episode is going to focus on outline work and then the glazing and layering, even though that one's a little bit like spur of the moment. But it works with layering and glazing and the end of the gouache study series. But I wanted to make this little header from the video 1 to explain part 2 because this was not planned to be a part 2. And second, I wanted to let you guys know that for the month of June, after I put up the monthly studio vlog letting you guys know what I'm going to be doing this month and how I decided to schedule out my month of work this time, just in case you guys were curious about how I do this thing that I like to do. Every Wednesday from now on, sometime around 9:30 PST, so Pacific Standard Time, I will be live streaming instead of having a scheduled video because if you, well, you guys don't know, but I'll explain this more in the vlog, but I have something going on like for the whole summer, and I'll explain that later better in the vlog. But I'm not gonna have time to record a video, edit it, upload it, do all of those things. So I just thought it would be easier if once a week on Wednesdays I tried out live streaming. It'll only be like an hour and a half streams at the time. I'm going to be doing watercolors or anything else you guys suggest, or any kind of ideas that I have to come up with still for the month of June and Pride Month. We should do Pride art for a live stream. That would be so much fun. But yeah, I'm going to be doing that, and this is going on for too long already, so let's just get to part 2 and we can get started with the video. So now let's get on to the pen movement. Let's do a little befores. Let's just do a thick line, a squiggles, micron, thick-ish line. I'm using these so they're not as wet. Let's see. I should also use like the lightest colors for each set too. So that would be this pink for the micron. And the other one, I guess, would be this yellow for the gel pens. There's like this dimple of white right here, but I think I've got the rest of this white pretty much reconstituted. I was gonna add this. And let's just try the micron, because I know that one is dry. White paint on this side, and then let's like purple on this side, and green. Well, let's do all three. Actually, let's keep going down, because I gotta do an after test too. Oh, okay, no, the brush needs to be more wet. Okay, there we go. But now it's watercolor again, so I gotta get more paint. Obviously, it's kind of see-through. Obviously, it would also be different if I made the gouache more opaque. But yeah, no, the micron is see-through. I think I should have put some pencil sketching in here too. Okay, let's get some white in here, go over the gel pen. Okay, not really working, and the gel is bleed through. Okay, that's just very see-through. The gel was not dry. How long do I have to wait for gel pens to dry? I never thought I'd have to ask that question. Gel pen is still very see-through, and it's still bleeding through. I'm not entirely sure if outlines before gouache, at least with the Hemi gouache, will work. Yeah, no, these are still very see-through, which I guess is what I was looking for. I was trying to see if I could see through it. So if I could do the outline first and then color over that, that would make my life a little easier figuring out where I want the color to go. The outline that it gives is like watering down. It's not so much with this one, obviously, but okay. So this is dry. So now we can do the after outline test. Okay, I don't see any like consistency issues with this. That's pretty good. There was just like a little rough bit at the end, but I think that was like how I was moving the pen around. I feel like it is sort of picking up the color underneath, but it's not like bleeding through into it. Like you don't see like streaks of purple in this. That seems really fine. Like you can see on top of it pretty clearly, and depending on the color that I use, I can get some really cool effects. So let's start with the gel pen now. It's very wet. As obviously the gel pen is shinier than the gouache on top. That could also just be because it is still freshly wet. I don't see this as being shiny up here. There's not a consistency issue, which I wasn't expecting from a gel pen anyway. That's the whole point of a gel pen. The yellow is still yellow. There's a little consistency issue right here because I picked up my pen and went that way at the end of this. So there's no consistency issue with this so far. Let me just fix that. No bleeding, like no blending through. The yellow definitely looks the same as like the same varnish. Well, like gouache is matte. Yeah, even this black on top of the gouache here with the micron, if I were to tilt this upward, which I don't think I can do with the kind of light that I have, there's like a satin finish to the pen on top of the very matte gouache, so it looks different. Like you can definitely tell if you weren't like looking at it straight ahead that there was an outline if like you couldn't see past the colors. At least this one is the same finish as the gouache. Both pens are excellent for after the color, just not so much before. This one bleeds through. This one is, well, it's gouache, so it's going to be opaque. So that's exciting. I feel like I need to do something with this like empty little block right here. Let's do like a cute little character. I gotta work on my layering too, so that's actually perfect. So this will be the layering layer. I feel like I should use light purple everywhere. This is definitely something you gotta work with. Light first. Pulling until this wash is consistent, which is not gonna work because it's already drying. Okay, so there. That layer, first wash layer is done. Let me use this green now. It's weird to think that I can just put this on top of the paint underneath the palette. It makes me nervous. Let's do a little tree top right there, I guess. Let's mix some mountains. Yeah. A little bit of extra water. Oh, I kind of like the gradient that my brush made. Can I make a super light wash? I can if I add the white. That's what the white was there for, to lighten things up. That's how things in the background work, right? It's lighter, not darker. Maybe. Okay, let's get into here then. Can't see that, but I'm going off palette. There we go. Make some water. And I guess if I'm already going off palette, I can get into this brown, which I've been wanting to do. See, that just I added water to this so many times, it just reconstitutes like a dream. Let's add that to the brown right here. And let's make a tree trunk, because it's nighttime, I guess, is what the purple is conveying to me. That means I can do a darker green too, which means I can reconstitute this brown, mix it with this part of the green, and let's actually take this green and mix it over here with this brown. And I can make some shadows. The shadows are down because it's nighttime. There, shadowy trees. Let's get this brown on the blue and give this mountain some depth. Slightly bluish moon. Very nice. I feel like now, let me add some yellow. Well, it's going down, so that's fine. It won't mix. Let me add this green though to part of this brown so I can make some nighttime grass. I have to practice putting layers over each other, not just around each other. Otherwise, what is the point of figuring stuff out? I'll put some clouds on top of this after a while. Let's get more purple, since that is our main color, and mix it into this blue a little bit. I think that's more of a brown than a black, but I want to make it darker. Mix in there and do that. Tree hole. You can't see. I'm sorry. I thought you could see. We got some white mixed in with the purpley blue. I'm gonna make some clouds. I feel like my brush needs to be a little wetter because they need to be kind of transparent, but you gotta be able to cover the... Okay, so I can still see my clouds. Let's add... Actually, you know what? I have the perfect idea. Let me clean my brush off. Let me get into this wet paint and get some texture into the brush bristles. There we go. Right over the moon. Just trying to... Clouds are trying to cover the moon. Actually kind of picturesque. I like it. I feel like there should be a dark cave in here now though. Over here. There, now it's kind of implied that the mountain has layers. I think we learned a lot today. So we did all of like the layering and the glazing and everything. I like this little tiny thumbnail picture we made. We learned how gouache gradients work, whether it's a green and going into a white, how gouache greens go into a transparent. We figured out how to work with a wet on wet gradient between green and purple. It makes a really nice blue. We learned about different levels of brushes, how like a professional brush versus an intermediate brush versus beginner's brush. All good stuff. We learned how outlines work with different kinds of pens versus a gel pen versus a pigment pen. I think we learned a lot today. Like this video if you like what I'm doing. Show it down below with the like button. If you learned anything or if you have any tips, comments, or concerns with this video, please let me know in the comments down below. This is a channel for everyone to learn and get to know things. No, this should be shared with everyone. Public knowledge and other things like that. Like if you have secrets, keep it a secret. If you're wondering where I got my brushes and my micron pens, those were at Michael's. I have an affiliate link down below if you want to get them also at Michael's. I just get a small little commission. Doesn't affect your sale in any way. It just affects me making an income. Speaking of income, I have a Patreon. I split my Patreon into two different types, a gaming type where you are a mini boss and a big boss, and the art type, which you are artist grade or professional grade, you know, like paint pigments and all of that. But if you want to check those out, links I have are in the description down below. I am really trying to make this a professional thing because I'm going to be moving in a few months and I would like this to be my income going forward in life. Thanks for watching this video. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see all of you guys in the next video. Have a wonderful